Greetings YouTube, welcome back to Final Fantasy IV. In today's episode we're going to be facing Goth against quite a tough boss, and then we're going to be watching some really fun cutscenes. So please do come and join me and pull up a chair as we play Final Fantasy IV again today. Okay, so first things first, we are just going to want to sort our team out for the next encounter, which means changing Edge's Steel command with the Throw command. And we're going to have to unequip Fuzzfinger, unfortunately. So we'll just remove everything. And also make sure Fuzzfinger has at least 2 augments. He should have Analyze and Inferno if you've been following my walkthrough. And when your party's all ready, we're going to make our way to the teleporter once again and head back into the area where we just fought those 4 bosses in sequential order. And this time we're going to head straight on towards the next teleporter, which will bring us to the final area of this dungeon. This is the Giant's Control Core, and this is going to be a 3 enemy boss encounter involving the main CPU core, an attack node and a defense node. Now Fuzzfinger is about to tell us we need to hit the defense node first because that heals the other members of the battle, which is true. But the attack node is lethal because it has a deadly laser ability which we need to stop it from casting by killing it. And then we need to actually kill the CPU core after that, because if that's the last enemy alive, it will basically just obliterate us. So without any further ado, we're going to go to Throw here, try and stay alive with this laser barrage, which is going to be a tough one, but it's possible. If we play this correctly anyway, it's possible. And we do need to get some healing going. And hopefully, as long as we can avoid another laser barrage, which we couldn't, so it's game over, we'll have to try that again. It's random. If you get 2, then you have to start again, unfortunately. There's nothing you can do. That's why it's absolutely imperative that you go ahead and kill that attack node before it gets 2 off. But as you can see, when it does cast 2 randomly like that, there's nothing you can do. So let's try this battle again. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more luck on our side this time. So we're going to go to Throw. A Fuma Shuriken at the attack node. Attack the attack node. And summon... no, we're going to summon Bahamut actually. And then we're going to get ready to heal up. Okay, so we're going to cast Raise on Fuzzfinger. And then Cure Jar on the party here. And then hopefully that should be enough to get rid of this thing. There it goes, wonderful. So now we can get everyone back up, and the rest of the battle should be easy so long as we keep the defense node alive. As soon as that defense node dies, then the main CPU core is going to be hitting us with one-shot abilities that do 999 damage. And not only that, but on top of everything else, once it's killed a few of our party members, it's going to regenerate both of these nodes anyway. So I recommend hitting the CPU core with Blitz. We do really need to try and keep that defense node alive. So let's just see what happens here, because this is an AoE ability, this Blitz. Okay, so it's gone resistant to Thunder, which means we can actually use Remove here to do a lot of damage to the CPU core without worries of actually going ahead and damaging the defense node right now, which is absolutely fine. That's what we want. And then we're just going to keep all attacks going onto this CPU here. It is resistant, as I say, to physical damage, which is a little bit frustrating, but albeit not much we can do about that at the moment. Just keep these judgment bolts incoming. Let's get some haste going, shall we? Speed things up a little. Haste on Rydia. And I guess we can do haste on Fuse Sawyer. And he can cast a couple of Thundergars. Try and get rid of this CPU node as quickly as possible. And we'll just keep that damage incoming. And it should be dead soon. Yes, it's getting healed, but the healing that it's receiving is very, very low, all things considered. Oh, right, of course it's got Reflect up. Duh. Okay, we'll just stick to that Ramu then. And that should do most of the damage for us, I believe. Let's just go for a heal here as well. Okay, so it is down now. Just this defense node to go. So we'll just hit it with some physical attacks. And maybe some Blizzagars or something. It's not got any weaknesses now apparently, but we'll see what happens. Let's throw Bahamut out. In fact, you might want to go ahead and kill Fuse Sawyer at this point. It's actually taking quite a bit of healing from us, isn't it? Wow, see that damage then? Okay, so it looks like Bahamut's going to be our friend because of its non-elemental damage here. And it's down. The reason why we kill What's-His-Face then is just because we get more experience spread amongst the rest of our party. Saves him absorbing it. And there is a nice amount to be gained, so it is worth doing so in my opinion. It's done.
Why? Why was I so consumed by hate?
You've regained your senses then. Do you remember your father's name?
My father, his name was Kluya.
Then you're Cecil's own
brother? Golbez is my...
You were being manipulated by the all-powerful will of Zemus. Your Lunarian blood rendered you an easy target for his curse and bound your thoughts to his. To think Kluya's sons would be made to fight one another.
Fusoya! I fought him. I hated him. My own brother.
You are my brother.
But were it me, the one Zemus chose to control, our roles might just as well have been reversed.
No, there was evil in me, long before all this.
What?
I'm the one who abandoned you.
Okay, so we have an interesting cutscene here. Involved a boy named Theodore, who is the son of Cluyar and his wife Cecilia. And the scene skips to where he's a few years older than what we just witnessed. And we can actually take control of the young Theodore. So we're just going to start just by saying hello to Mum here. Who tells us that Dad is outside and we should go back to bed. But we're not going to go back to bed yet. We're going to head outside. You can't access the menus or anything, by the way, at this point, or maps or anything of that nature. So just, you know, have a wander around, but actually not know where you're going. So you can say hello to some of the folks around here. But we're going to just start by heading over properly now to the east. And we're looking for the lake area, where we can see good old Dad here. So the reason why there's two moons, just in case you were unaware of this, a little bit of lore for you, is that there's only one natural moon. This is the Earth, by the way, or at least a Final Fantasy representation of the Earth. And the moon is, you know, as you'd expect the moon, but there's also the lunar moon, which is an alien-made satellite, I guess is the best way of describing it, which is where Fuzzfinger is from, since his race's planet was destroyed and became the asteroid belt. But they created this new satellite in order to live on. That's the moon we visited, by the way, a few episodes ago. We haven't been to the true natural moon of Earth in this game, which is very possible why we were able to breathe on the surface. I know that got mentioned in the comments, and I even spoke on it myself, but I'm guessing, although it's not been confirmed, at least in the reading I've been doing, that this is why. But that is possibly why they could breathe, because it's an alien-made satellite, probably with an atmosphere. So basically in this cutscene, Cluyar tells young Theodore here that he's not ready to use magic, and instead he must go back home to bed. So that is what we shall do. But what's this? If we move around, we can see that Celia is lying on the floor here. So we'll go and speak to her to see what is wrong. And so Cecilia, beg your pardon, is pregnant once more. I'm sure we can all get the gist of where this is going. And now Theodore does in fact go back to bed. Unfortunately, it seems Kluya has been attacked by those very people he's shared his magic techniques with, but they disagreed with him about them. And now poor Theodore has not got the ability to cast Cure. And Theodore's brother is in fact born at this point. But Cecilia is still clearly very weak. So unfortunately, Cecilia has also died, leaving Theodore and his younger baby brother now as orphans without their parents. And it's clearly going to be no surprise to us who Theodore truly is here. It's Golbez. And it seems that the influence has actually been upon him since he was a very young boy here. And so now we know the backstory of Golbez and Cecil.
After that, I took to the borderlands, where I could hide from others' eyes. Racked by guilt, ashamed to show my face. I would not think to ask for your forgiveness now, but I am glad that you survived. What better a pawn could Zemus have possibly chosen than this?
Where will you go?
To put an end to all of this.
Zemus is a Lunarian, as am I. I will go with you.
Farewell, Cecil.
Cecil, is this all right?
That man, he means to die. He's your brother.
My brother.
Your blood. Your only living family.
Above all, let's not forget we've just destroyed the CPU core of the giant, so things are starting to collapse here now. It's time to get a move on. We've had quite a bit of exposition and story there, haven't we? And all of a sudden, things have done a 180 in terms of Golbez. Look who it is, it's Kane.
My mind is my own again. I cannot expect forgiveness, but...
Forgiveness? It's your fault the giant appeared in the first place!
Stop it!
Rosa...
Golbez broke free as well. That's why you're free. None of this was your fault.
And we get thrust back into the past once again for another cutscene. We get a nice bit of exposition there involving Kane, Cecil and Rosa.
What do you mean?
Golbez
Back in the past.
is Cecil's older brother. A Lunarian named Zemus was making use of Golbez's Lunarian blood as a means to control him. Golbez and Fusoya went to the moon to put an end to Zemus.
Golbez was Cecil's brother? Well, in any case, it would seem I've a debt to repay Zemus too.
Huh. And when he takes over your mind again? What then?
If that should happen, kill me without a second thought.
Then count me in too. I have a couple of blades with this Zemus's name on them.
Edge.
Let's go. To the moon. But Rosa and Rydia stay behind. This time, there may be no homecoming.
Cecil! You can't mean that!
Go. Get off the ship.
This is work for grown-ups. You just wait for us back here.
Fine!
Cecil,
Don't argue, Kane.
Right, so we're automatically back on the lunar whale. And we can't do anything, unfortunately, now, apart from go to the moon. So don't bother trying to leave the ship or anything. Just speak with the crystal here.
Rosa.
Step aside, Rosa.
I'm not going anywhere.
Why not?
Without me along, who will heal you when you're hurt?
Rosa.
You can't win this one, Cecil.
No use arguing with a woman.
Then I'll argue no more. Your help is welcome.
Just as we planned.
You're here too?
This battle is ours as much as anyone's. Cecil said so himself. And having some Eidolons along can't hurt, can it?
Rydia. Come. Our battle awaits.
Okay, so before we actually exit, at this point we can now return to the Earth. Which isn't involved in part of the story, we do need to come back here. But we are going to head back because there's a few loose ends and whatnot we can tie up before proceeding on. Not least of all, we do just need to sort out some equipment changes now that we've got a new party member once again. And also, we need to just, well, save our game quite frankly, since it's been so long since we've done so. So we'll go ahead and exit the lunar whale here. And we're first of all just going to make a few changes to our party lineup. To start with, we're going to switch out Kane with Edge. And we're also going to just do a few augment changes. First of all, we're going to go ahead and remove Throw. And replace that with Steel once more. We only needed it for that last boss. And then if we head to Rydia, we're going to remove MP 50% and put Black Magic back in. And if you gave her the Fairy Rod, as I instructed you to, then it's probably a good idea now to put her Blitz Whip back on at this time. And finally with Kane, we're going to give him the Cry ability. And we should be good to go. So make sure you save up. And no surprise, I'm going to finish things off here for today. So thanks for joining me. We're going to carry on with Final Fantasy IV in the next episode, where there's a few final endgame preparations we're going to be making before heading over to some of the final sections of the story. So it's been a fun playthrough actually. I've been enjoying it. I hope you guys have as well. If you've liked watching today, don't forget to hit the like button on YouTube and be subscribed to the FuzzfingerGaming YouTube channel. And I'll be back.